Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Hope you're all doing great. Okay, I will be taking you on this tutorial this morning. It's on how to draft a basic body pattern for a baby girl. This is for the ages of 4 and 5 years old. You can see right here I have my pattern paper which I'll be using for this tutorial, and then I have my marker, I have my ruler, and of course my tape rule. So this is my pattern paper. It's open and I'll be folding it into two places. It's folded into two places now. It's folded into two places, and these are the measurements I will be needing for this tutorial. We have the shoulder measurement, we have the armhole, we have the chest measurement, and we have the half length, which is the body's length. So let's get right into this tutorial. The shoulder measurement for this is I just assume this is my starting line for this tutorial. I'm going to rule a line to indicate the starting line. Just rule a straight line down. So I will start taking all my measurements from this line here. Start taking all my measurement from this line. So we have the shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement is 9 inches divided by 2 is 4.5. I will mark my 4.5 here. Mark your 4 points. Let me do this way so I can see. Mark your 4.5 this way on that line, on the starting line that you've made. Then we have the armhole, which is 6 inches. You can make it 5 inches or 6 inches. You know, children, they don't like something tightening them on their armhole. So I'm using 5 inches for this tutorial. So I will still get the point for my shoulder measurement, which is 4.5 here. Mark it here. Then I will draw a straight line to meet this shoulder line. From the armhole line, I will draw a straight line to meet the shoulder line, like so. And I will draw a straight line down this way too, like so. Then after the shoulder measurement, I'm going to take the neck width and the neck depth. The neck width I will be using for this tutorial. This is the front pattern. I'm drafting the front pattern first. The neck width I will be using for this tutorial is 2.5. I'll mark my 2.5 here. The neck depth is 3 inches. I'll mark 3 inches here. This is almost like a standard measurement. And I will draw a curve to meet from the 2.5 to meet the 3 inches, like so. Then I will come down from this shoulder. I will have my shoulder slope. I'm using half an inch for my shoulder slope. Use half an inch. Then connect the shoulder slope to the neck width. A slant curve, like so. Connected the shoulder slope to this place, neck width. So I'm using the whole of this pattern paper as the length of my bodice, and the whole of the pattern paper I'm using is 9 inches, 9.5 inches. The half length is 9 inches. I'm using half inch for the sewing allowance. Always remember to add your allowance. I like adding my allowance to my pattern paper so that I don't forget when I want to cut it on the main fabric. So right here, I'll come to this this armhole line here and measure the chest measurement. The round chest measurement is 23. I will be dividing it into 4. You divide 23 into 4. 23 divided into 4. 23 divided into 4. I will divide it into 2. I'm dividing it into 2 again. That is 5.75. I will mark it here. I will mark my 5.4. That's the chest measurement. Mark my 5.75 here. Then I will add 1 inch for sewing allowance. Hope you can see. This is the 5.75 and this is my 1 inch mark for sewing allowance. Then I'll come to this waist area and take the waist measurement. Waist measurement is 22. Waist measurement is 22. I will still divide into 4. That is 5.5. I will mark 5.5 for her. I will mark 5.5 for her waist measurement. Mark 5.5. Then add 1 inch for my sewing allowance. For this, because it's a baby girl, within that age range, you don't need that for it. So I've marked my waist measurement. So I'll come to this shoulder line here, and measure from this point to this point, and then divide into 2 to get my armhole curve. So I will divide what I have here. I will divide into 2. In this place I have 4.5. I'm dividing 4.5 into 2. 4.5 into 2. And then I have 2.25. I'll mark 2.25 here. Then from this mark, this point I make here, I will come in by half an inch. Here. So I'll connect from this slope. I'll connect to this half an inch point. Hope you are seeing what I'm doing. Then from the half an inch point, I'll connect to this point here. This point that I made, and then I will join the lines. I'll join my lines this way. Join my lines this way. Join my lines. So now I'll be cutting out this pattern paper. This is the front pattern. I will be using this front pattern to cut the back pattern. So I'm cutting out the neck line. Cut out the neckline. Cutting out the neckline like so. Then cut my shoulder slant. From there, cut your armhole. Cut your armhole. Cut your armhole to this point. And cut out your whole body from the sewing allowance that you added. So this is the front pattern. See how it is. This is the front pattern. I'll be using this front pattern to make the back pattern. I will use this one for the back pattern. I will still fold my pattern paper into this way. For this back pattern, I will be adding 1 inch for zip allowance. That's the difference. 1 inch for zip allowance on the back pattern, and then at the center back, 1 1 inch for zip allowance at the center back. And then I will also, for the neck width of this back pattern, I will be using 1.5 inch for the neck width. Remember that the front width was 3 inches. So for this back, I'll be using, let me rule out the zipper allowance first. The zipper allowance is 1 inches. I'll do a straight line like so. Then place my front bodice at the 1 inches mark. I place my front bodice at the 1 inches mark that I made. At the 1 inches mark that I made. And for the back neck, this is the front neck. For the back neck, I will come down by 1.5 inch or 1.25, anyone you prefer to do. But I will be using the same neck width, different neck depth. The neck depth, I will come down by 1.5 inch, which is this. The neck width is the same thing with the front neck width. So I will comment from this point to the 1.5 inch mark, and then to the zipper allowance. This is the neck for the neck depth for the back pattern. So this is all you need. What I will do now is to cut out this back pattern. I'll cut out the back pattern. When I cut, I'll show you how it's looking. Cutting out my back pattern now. Then you cut your armhole. Cut out your armhole. Cut out your armhole like so. Cut your armhole. And do your shoulder slants. And I'll be cutting out the neck area now. Cutting out my neck area. Cut it back like so. Cut it back like so. So I've cut out my back pattern. What I will do next is, this is my back pattern. You see the zipper allowance I place. This is the back, and this is the front pattern. What I will do now is slit open this back piece because it has a zipper. I'm slitting open the back piece like so. So you can use this to make dresses. Cut out bodies for children between ages of 4 and 5 years old. So you can use this for them. Alright, if this is something you want to be watching in my channel, please click on the subscribe button, subscribe, like my videos, drop your comment just to encourage me, and then I will be dropping videos subsequently for you to watch. This channel is all about sewing. Thank you.